Welcome to episode number 217 of the Keep Up Podcast.
Where we're stuck on an iPod shuffle 20 years in the future in your grandfather's favorite chest. In the future.
Okay.
20 years in the future, your grandfather's hope chest has an iPod shuffle in it.
And we're stuck in it?
And we're stuck in it. This podcast they're listening to, they saved it on the shuffle. Do you think shuffles don't exist anymore? You think people still use them?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you
Can
know someone?
confirm.
Are you one of those people?
I am not one of those people, no. I can't only have shuffle.
Shuffle?
Hey, welcome to the Keep Up Podcast. I didn't actually do that yet.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go with it.
Welcome to the Keep Up Podcast, where I'm Brett and Tim's Tim.
That's me.
And we talk about all the things we consume, be it media or food. Mm-hmm. I can't only shuffle. I need to have the option to not shuffle because I'm an albums guy.
Right.
Unless I'm working out, which I obviously do a ton.
All the time. Dude, you're always swatting.
Honestly, pretty frequently. It just sounds lame if I say it seriously.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If I was like...
But you should be proud. Own it.
Right.
Own that you're being healthy.
I know. I'm bad at prouding and owning.
You ever watch The Proud Family?
No, actually.
Well, they don't really do anything.
They don't do anything?
Nothing. I mean, they do stuff, but it doesn't make you feel proud.
It's just the name.
It's just the name.
Why doesn't it make you feel proud?
Because I...
No spoilers, dude.
Because I'm not a teenage girl.
Oh.
That's the problem.
Okay.
All
right. So, no, I don't have an iPod Shuffle.
I had one growing up.
You did?
I did. In high school.
Was that your first iPod?
Yeah.
Music device that wasn't like...
Yep, it was a hand-me-down from Bailey.
A hand-me-down?
A hand-me-down? Do people use that anymore?
Yeah, they do. It just sounded like hand-me-down.
It's a hand-me-down.
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 But it sounded like hand-me-down.
I think I say hand-me-down.
That's very funny.
But it's a hand-me-down.
Which I guess I don't hit the word that hard. Hand me down.
Hand me down.
Hand me down.
Hand me down.
But thinking of it as hammy
right.
is very comical.
I want someone to give me a hand me down.
Oh, I picture like floppy deli meat is the only option here.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like dropping it down a ladder.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, okay, I need the hand me downs. And they just slap.
Why are you on a ladder?
How else is someone above you?
Yeah, right.
I'm not crawling on the ground, Brett.
Are you crawling out of a sewer? Because I picture a manhole for some reason.
No, I expect someone like two guys working, like you and I, you know.
Two guys,
for
example.
Yeah. And you're working like you're cleaning gutters.
Okay.
And I'm holding the ladder.
But I have the ham.
You have the ham. You have the ham.
What?
Up there. Nothing. No, maybe we threw the dog was coming.
Holy bananas, dude. Don't look around like that.
Hi, Bobo.
Hello, dog.
Yeah, I think you have the ham up there.
Yes.
It's either stuck in the gutters or you're just like, here's my hand-me-down, and you throw the ham down to me.
So it could be gutter ham.
Right.
Gross.
But I'll still eat it.
You will.
Probably.
You're hungry. You've been working.
Right. We're sweaty. We're working hard all day.
Sweaty, working hard. Let me take a sip of my coffee.
Yeah, enjoy your crappuccino. Your Dunko. What's in it?
It's a cold brew.
Uh-huh.
Pumpkin cream cold brew.
I like how you had to read that. Like you ordered it. You should know what you got.
Should I? That's why they put the label on it. So if halfway through you're like, this is delicious. What is this?
What did I get?
What are they putting in this? I ordered it on the app too, so I even had to like read the words.
Oh yeah, you had to like know what you were clicking.
You have to know.
But I did have an iPod Shuffle.
You did.
And I recall the shuffling wasn't great. The shuffling like
did it always do the same order?
Yeah, it was essentially like it would change it up occasionally.
Sure.
But I would hear like usually my method of listening to it is I would get on the bus in the morning,
of course,
pop in my headphones and listen to it. I think it was like a 30-40 minute drive to school. Damn. I was one of the earliest pickups so you got to wait the whole freaking time.
That means your last two.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta wait till the end of the day. Dude.
Brutal.
That was awful.
Sheer brutality.
Senior year of high school.
Oh,
in fact.
come on.
I know. That's when we moved here. And
Come on.
That's
whack.
Yeah, great high school year. And then senior year was rough, but only because I didn't know anybody. New kid, you know, that you did that too, actually.
So
right?
many times.
Yeah.
Wait, senior year you were the new kid?
Yeah. Yeah, I was in. So we were in the old house, the really far away house in Webster.
Yeah.
And so I was in that school from seventh grade to junior year. Yeah. No. All the way up to junior year. And then senior year, we moved here. So yeah, that was such a wash of a year. But luckily I did prom. I did the football games. Like I did all that junior year.
Yeah.
So I got the senior experience.
That's kind of what I did too. The school that I was in, which was a completely different one than you were in junior year, I did like prom and all that stuff. So by the time I got to senior year, I was like, whatever.
Exactly.
I don't even care.
Yeah. But were you a new kid senior year?
Technically, senior year and junior year.
In junior year.
Halfway through junior year, but two different schools. So halfway through junior year, I moved to one school. That was whack.
Yeah.
And then senior year,
was
at
that
least
Manchester?
Manchester, yeah, West. And then senior year, I was the new kid, at least at the beginning of the year. So I had the full year. And that was just a weird year of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Did you make friends that year?
So Nate and Kevin.
Oh, cool.
I met both of them, and I did the TV class. So those are like my big things.
So we have a cool YouTube animation because you were the new kid.
Yes.
Thanks, Kevin.
But that really sparked my interest in film and video. Doing that TV class and stuff. So it was valuable, but everything else, like my social interactions, like I had friends at lunch and stuff, but like I was still just so like sad not to be at my school before, and it just didn't make sense because it was over an hour away, like I had to. So for my junior year, it was awesome because Bailey and Mom would drive me to school every day, and that was about an hour drive.
I remember that. I think I did that a couple times.
You might have, yeah. Just because it was 5 days a week, and it's
it's a lot of driving.
It's a lot of driving because we went from where we lived to like Concord,
yeah,
generally, and it was far.
It's far away. For anyone who doesn't have the geographical reference, what? Geographic?
Geological?
I almost said that, but
that's like stones and rocks.
For anyone who doesn't know how far these places are.
Yeah, we're just saying locations.
They are far.
They are far. They are some distance. So, so senior year, rode the bus every day, put on the headphones to listen to Shuffle. It was 40 minutes.
We are milking this iPod conversation,
Dude,
huh? That's amazing.
I want to finish my point.
Yeah, not in a bad way. I like milk.
Yeah.
Keep it milking, bro.
Keep it milking. There's even like an end to the story.
It's barely a middle. Let's just keep it going.
Oh, crap.
It definitely started at some point.
Yeah. Essentially, it was just the same music. Like, I would hear the same, 13 to 14 songs for every ride, every day. Shuffle or not. Mm-hmm. But the shuffle was cool because if you shook it up, it shuffled.
That is cool. Mm-hmm. Functionally, it was cool.
Yeah.
And
which is funny because senior year, I also had an iPhone. So I don't know why I was using the iPod.
Well, which phone was it, though?
iPhone...
Because I definitely kept mine separated for a while because I was like, this is my music machine and this is my talkie machine.
That's what I did too.
I
definitely had an iPhone.
A high phone?
A high phone.
What's that?
You know.
Oh.
You know.
What's that? I want one.
A high phone. It must have been iPhone.
It's probably like a 4.
Yeah, 4 or 5 maybe.
What year were you born?
2013. That's when I was born. That was the year I graduated.
Oh, fantastic.
So it was 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
So 4 or 5 probably.
Yeah.
I had 4 for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I got...
A lot of people did.
Yeah. 4 was just a solid phone.
4.
I can't slap you.
4 was a long-lasting one.
Yeah.
And then the 6 came.
Yeah.
And nobody wanted to let go of the 6.
Yeah, the 6 was a big one.
I still know people who have 6s.
That's crazy.
Oh, I know.
I did. I jumped to 7. I went from 4 to 7.
Ooh, big
and then
jump.
7 to what I have now is 11 plus.
You still have an 11, bro?
Yeah. 14's going to be announced soon.
No, it's a good phone. I can't knock that.
Yeah, it works well. Yours is nice. And to finish off another conversation that you may or may not have heard, people listening right now, but if you were born 2 years earlier, would you want to be born 5 years earlier then?
Why would I want to be born 5 years earlier?
Because, my logic with it is, a fly.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Is... If I was born, I was born in 95.
Right.
And if I was born in 1990,
yes,
I feel like I would have a potentially like a bigger collection of things I had as a kid. Like I would have amassed more cool collectibles.
Yeah.
And like I look back at like the old Nintendo powers and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's all these like crazy cool like, oh, send in, $10 and you get this limited edition
it's pretty rad.
Donkey Kong controller. And like if I was older, I may have had a better grasp on what those were and the importance of them. But I was 5 in the year 2000. So like all that cool stuff, I understood it.
That's weird that you were only 5 in 2000.
Isn't it weird? Like I've said it a couple times today. I'm like, that's weird.
That is very strange.
Yeah.
No, I'm good where I'm at, I think.
Because you grew up and you did what essentially I wanted.
I was going to say, so you're kind of, because if I was 5 years earlier, I guess I would be more of an 80s kid, because we've had this conversation before, but depending on, like I was born in the 80s, I'm definitely a 90s kid because that's the stuff that I grew up with.
Right.
But you definitely have a lot of 90s nostalgia too, but it bleeds more into the early 2000s where I lost touch with some like gaming and cartoons of that time that I later caught up on. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of I feel like I'm kind of in the sweet spot. I feel like late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, I think
that's
golden.
Because being a kid in the 90s, I think was like, I don't think I'd trade that for anything.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean?
No, because being a kid nowadays is like, it's still fun. It's still there.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like it's just so different now.
It is different. Yeah. And there's just so many like classic things that I know every generation has this.
Yeah.
But I feel like we had this crazy, like, I don't know. We've talked about how the way art progressed over like those decades, like I guess from the 70s to the early 2000s. I feel like there were so many changes and we saw so many cool things.
Yeah.
Iconic series from like the 80s and 90s and all that stuff that now are being like recreated. Like there were definitely things in the early 2000s that were new, and now we're seeing kind of reborn. But I don't know. I feel like it's not happening as much anymore. Where there's like new properties, not as much as it was. But I don't know. What do I know? I'm just some guy.
That's the thing. We're just two old
some
guys. Old if you're young, we're old. Wait.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I think you were like, you're in the sweet spot though. I think that's like ideal. Maybe a couple of years older, so you weren't 39 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You're 39.
Oh no, I'm not.
Yeah, 30. Oh, sorry, 41.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I always forget the age.
So rude.
So rude.
Yeah. So you want to be born earlier?
I think so. Just to get like cool stuff.
To get cool stuff.
Well, I don't even know. That's the thing. Like, would I at 10 would I have the foresight that I have now? Basically, as a kid, because I mean, I never really got things from magazines even in 2005 when I was 10.
Sure. Okay. One thing that I might trade being born a little earlier for would be to be part of like the 90s music scene more.
Okay.
Because like the birth of grunge and all that, like I wasn't really playing in bands until 2001. So it just would have been cool to be part of music in the 90s in that way. That's when I grew up and fell in love with music, but I wasn't playing anything until the early 2000s really. So that's one thing that would have been kind of cool to be a part of that I was just too young for. Is there any like decade, anything you would be born in a different decade for?
No, I don't think so. No, I think the 90s is like peak decade.
Yeah.
And like growing up where we are now, like I like being in the modern technical age. I feel like there's too many scary things back in the day. And like people had to go outside a lot to be entertained.
That's true. Yeah.
Nah.
I can't imagine.
I can't. That's a sad life.
I started my workday outside this morning.
Ooh.
It was amazing.
Did you like bring your laptop outside?
Brought it outside, baby.
Where were you?
I was out. I have a little table out front, and one time I went out there to try to work outside because I was like, I like being outside.
Yeah, get a little sunlight, little vitamin D.
Yeah, but the sun was working against me because I couldn't see my laptop screen.
Oh,
I know.
Freaking technology.
Tragic. And then today I was like, you know what? What if I sit in the shade?
Oh, smart. Duh.
Sat in the shade, smoked an entire cigar at 7 in the morning.
Wow.
No, it was 8.
That's a weird time to do it. Is that like the equivalent to like drinking alcohol in the morning? Is that weird?
I mean, I guess it depends who you ask. It felt great to me. And I mean, is he going up or down? Good.
Back and forth.
Gracious.
Dude, this is my life.
An animal.
He's an animal.
He is.
Speaking of outside of your house,
did
you happen to meet with your little neighbor friend?
Okay, so You're looking for a Rainville update.
Yes.
Let me catch everybody up real quick. If you're just tuning in now.
Oh, tuna.
I have what we have been told is a terrible neighbor, but we've never met her. And recently we found out we're getting our roof replaced, and we have to tell this woman whose yard extends to behind our yard that some of our roof is going to fall into her yard. So we finally have to go speak to this woman. Everything good? You're all good?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So Rachel was going the other day and I was home. And
did you tell her that you wanted to make content out of it?
I literally said, I was like, Tim said I have to go with you. And she was like, why? And I was like, because I talked about it on the podcast and and she's like, but you'll think, don't you think that'll be like intimidating for her if two of us show up? And I was like, I don't know, maybe, but like, I need the content. Like people have asked specifically.
If I was an old lady and like a married couple, I think I would feel like, I don't think I'd be intimidated.
Yeah, but
I'm not an old lady. But
yeah, this woman's an old lady now, so she was born in like 1908.
You're telling me men were bad in 1908, Brett?
Yeah, probably significantly bad. Yeah,
they're still bad
worse,
now.
Right. They're not great now. I feel like over 100 years ago, still had some work to do.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, listen, babe, if I'm not going to go with you,
record it.
I need you to record this in your brain. I need details. I need to know what she looks like, what she sounds like,
everything.
How does she emerge from the smoke in her kitchen? Like, tell me everything. She's like, okay. So she wrote a note just in case she wasn't there. So she goes and no, I'm sorry. She went and nobody answered. Okay. So then she comes back. She's like, yeah, nobody answered. I was like, bummer. So she writes a note. She's going to go leave it. She's like, I'm going to wait a little while. So then a car is in the driveway later and the kids want to go leave it. And I was like, all right, kids. First of all, be careful. I don't want this woman to shoot you. I've never met her. So they go and they leave the note. Literally at the wrong house.
Oh my God.
Go to the wrong house. So Rachel's like, I have to go. She had to go to that house, get it from the neighbor, and be like, sorry, our roof isn't going to fall in your yard. We're not even near your house.
You should have gotten, this is fate stepping in and saying, you should have got to
go. So Rach ended up going back to Mrs. Rainville's. A car was in the driveway.
So someone might have been home.
It wasn't earlier, so it seemed like it. And she knocked on the door.
Yeah.
And waited a little while and nobody came to the door. Now, the only fun aspect I have or update that I have is she came back and she was like, I didn't even notice this, but there's this really like creepy, she didn't say creepy, but it sounded creepy.
Yeah.
This really old, broken down, like brown, almost small barn looking structure in her yard. And it's like boarded up. And I was like, did you knock? Maybe that's where she lives.
Oh my God.
She's in there. You went to the house. So I was like, that sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why she has that.
You gotta go investigate it late at night.
And she was like, it kind of looks like, and I was like there's children in it. Like what? I only have fables in my brain about her. So that's all I got. We still haven't met her.
Do you think you will end up meeting her?
I don't know, dude. I don't even know if she's real at this point.
She might not
been there a year and a half.
I don't know.
But I'll continue to update you on the legacy of Rainville.
Oh, man, I love it.
I'm trying to think of other reasons we can go there. Halloween, we go knock on the door.
Trick or treat, yeah.
Christmas, maybe we bring some cookies.
Dude, I'll show up as Ranch. Dude, I'll go to the door. Ranch!
Oh, dude, no yelling. I'm scared of sudden movements and loud noises.
Ranch, it's me, Ranch. Hello, trick or treat.
She'll be nice to you. How can you be mean to Ranch?
You can't.
You can't.
The drink of champions.
Gross.
Would you rather drink blue cheese or Ranch? Like a shot glass full.
A shot glass blue cheese.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, you got the cheese chunks in there?
Yeah, that'll mix it up a little bit. I think the richness of Ranch would make my body angry.
I know. I like Ranch, but man.
Dude, I was thinking of a food challenge we could do. We each get a jar of peanut butter and jelly.
Here's the jar again. The jar of peanut butter. This guy wants us to eat a whole jar of peanut butter, which we calculate is like 4,000 calories.
Tell me you wouldn't watch it.
I don't know.
Yo, Jazz came up to me yesterday and he's like, Dad, I just randomly watched one of you and Uncle Tim's videos.
Oh, God, which one?
I was like, which one? He was like, the Pocky Challenge.
Oh!
He was like, how bad was it? I was like, one of the worst days of my life.
I still have one of the new chips.
Oh,
the 2020.
They're worse, aren't they?
2021 actually. Yeah,
not about it.
The newest one just came out this year, and they make your tongue blue.
My tongue?
Everyone's tongue.
Wow.
I guess it's a way because people, I guess, were cheating with the other one and like getting just a blue corn chip and tricked in video. So now, so the blue, it turns your tongue blue. That proves you actually did it.
First of all, that's awesome. Second of all, I love the way you said blue corn chip
because it's Pocahontas, blue corn moon. That's how my brain.
Corn chip.
That's how it's in my brain. I don't know.
Is this fly gonna be in the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, he lives here now.
He lives. Here.
I guess that's all the stories I got.
That's. I think that's all I got. Too.
I had an iPod Classic.
Oh, that's cool. Did you play that game on it that you do a little spin cycle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Did you know? I think it's because I slammed the table.
Oh, they think someone's knocking at the door. Yeah. Fantastic. That's great.
That's great. It's going to be in the video. It's going to be recorded.
It's so loud.
It's so loud.
Let's just stop for a minute.
Okay.
So you think they're barking at nothing because you knocked on the table. They're just up there.
Yeah, they think someone's around.
Great.
Whether or not they see someone.
Sure.
I mean, it's good, like, defense mechanism if someone's, like, making noises.
Right. Yeah, it's really good because you knocked here. They ran to another floor of the house to protect you.
Brody was here. I don't know why he left because he heard it happen.
He was here.
But Fetty's up there like, danger, danger. So he's like, I got to check. So it's truly a messed up system.
Yeah.
But they're already done.
Oh, I do have one other story.
Oh, you watch Resident Evil again?
Shut up! No! I went to a historical event.
Oh,
shoot. This just reminded me of another thing, too.
Dude, this is what the podcast is about. Tell us about your life.
I went with our friend and listener of the podcast, Eric, to see Bill Burr perform
the science guy
at Fenway Park.
Uh-huh.
The first comedian to ever play Fenway Park.
Mm-hmm.
And it was sold out. And it was out of control.
In a good way?
Oh, yeah. Oh, unbelievable.
That's awesome.
Maybe one of my favorite comedy sets I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been to a ton live, but I have watched tons of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Bill Cosby, Chris D'Elia, and now Bill Burr. I've seen some other, I think those are, and Eliza.
So you've only watched controversial comedians who have been canceled.
I guess so. Eliza hasn't been,
Not
and
yet.
Bill Burr hasn't been.
Not yet.
I think, man, if he does, it's going to have to be bad.
Yeah.
Because
the things he says.
he gets away. It's like part of his whole thing.
That's what comedians are.
Waiting to be.
Yeah.
But what's crazy about this, he talked about this a lot. They didn't film it for like a special or anything.
Oh, so it's like,
and every single attendee they handed out bags. They didn't even hand them out. They made you take off every device. So I had my Apple Watch, I had my phone. You have to put them all in this bag that is sealed shut with a magnet, and they cannot be opened until you leave, or they have these little areas at the park that you can go to with like...
How do they, like, that is so many phones to keep track of.
Yeah.
How do they know your phone?
You can't... So, all right, that was a flaw in the system. The bags all look exactly the same. They're not numbered or anything, so you just do not put that down.
Oh.
But I just thought it was crazy because this event was not, you cannot find this anywhere.
Oh, so they didn't take the phones away. They just made you put it in the bag with
Yeah.
the magnet.
Yes.
How'd you free your phone after?
You on your way out, they have people with the magnets, like security tags on clothes and stuff like that.
Plus,
so,
a magnet that close to your phone, I'd be a little nervous about it.
It's like the bag is like phone shaped, and then at the top the magnet. It's not like the whole bag.
Okay,
it's just like the clip at the top.
But they didn't want this recorded at all.
Nope.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
crazy the level of precaution they had to go through to do it. But
I know.
Why? Any specific reason?
So, Bill Burr mentioned it on stage, and he mentioned it in the context of a joke about like how sensitive everyone is and not wanting to get stuff everywhere on the internet or whatever. But I don't know if that was really the full reason. I don't know if maybe it was just to keep this like an exclusive event.
Yeah.
I'm really not sure.
Because like there's a ton of value in recording your sets because people can repost them on YouTube or make Netflix specials or whatever.
Right.
So like to not do anything with this, there's a lot of potentially money lost.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing all right because he just sold out Fenway Park, and these tickets were not cheap. And he also had merch there. Like, he did amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
that's such a cool
good for him.
experience.
It was so cool.
I'm glad you got to do it.
And I was like, man, this is wild because as we're sitting there waiting, I'm looking around and nobody's on their phone. You can't be. Everyone's is all locked up. And now they did have cameras on the stage, so I don't know if you filmed it for like behind the scenes kind of content or whatever, but they weren't filming a special. He said that a lot of the stuff he was doing, because he's from Boston, a lot of the material he was doing, he was telling stories exclusively for Boston.
Yep.
Dude, I was crying.
Oh,
Literally, my face hurt that night and the next day. My face was in pain. It was incredible. So yeah, that was amazing. And I just thought it was so interesting. I haven't been to an event like this where they take away all your devices. And
yeah, I can't. Nah, most of the time they tell you shut it off. You know,
shut it off, right?
If you don't, if you're not supposed to use it. But
yeah, and there was one woman that was like concerned because of her kids. She's like, you know, if someone needs to get in touch with me. But like I said, they had these little areas where you could go. There was an attendant. They'd unlock your phone, but you have to stay in this little like corral to use it. So it was wacky, but the show was amazing, and I'm so glad I got to go. And the other quick thing, this would go in reflections, but I don't feel like adding the bumper. So Eric was mad at you for saying you hated the 70s for movies.
Okay, I need to know what movies came out. That's my problem.
Godfather.
Okay.
Star Wars.
Okay.
I think he named some others, and now he's going to be yelling at his radio again. But
here's the thing.
Yeah.
My favorite Star Wars movies. Well, my favorite Star Wars movie is Episode 3.
Right.
That didn't come out in the 70s.
No,
although early Star Wars is great, but I've said this plenty of times before.
Yeah.
I do not like Episode 6. I do not with all the little Ewoks.
Yeah.
Get it out of here. Now, granted, I don't think that one was the 70s. I think that was 83, I want to say.
Okay.
But you know, the original trilogy is good. It's I get that. Godfather is like one of the best movies ever. I still don't like it. I still don't like the 70s.
I still don't like it. I still don't like it.
I don't know. It's something about like the acting, the filming, like I don't know. It just like doesn't
makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah. I'm just like,
All right. I just wanted to let you know that Eric was
no,
mad
I
at you.
appreciate it. I think die. Oh, I hit it.
You hit the fly?
Oh, I just show you a video. I'll show you after.
Okay.
But sorry, the fly reminded me of it.
Of course.
But yes, Eric, I appreciate it. I think debate and discussion is what makes life good.
It is the spice.
The spice.
Yes.
And it helps us realize our mistakes. So
yes.
If I'm wrong, I'm willing to accept it.
Well, it's an opinion and a taste thing.
Right.
Are you wrong that all movies from the 70s are bad? Yeah, I'd say you're probably
That's
wrong.
probably there's a good chance I'm wrong there.
I think if we're looking at a right and wrong sort of spectrum, you are on the wrong end. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
What do I know? I'm just a guy.
You're just a guy.
What are we doing now?
I think we're going into movies.
Holy bananas!
Cool.